And that means it's time for the first federal program on WROI Giant FM and streaming live on the First Federal Facebook page.
It is Friday morning, and it's a beautiful Friday morning. It's 54 degrees. It's time for the First Federal program, and we're joined in the studio by Todd Van Sickle. Good morning, Todd.
Good morning, Moose. How are you today?
I feel fantastic.
Yes, it is a beautiful morning. You kind of caught the sunrise rising to the east, right below the cloud cover, nice orange sky.
Yeah, it was a great way to, I had been back in the back catching up on all my work from the last week, and I walked out here and said, ooh, I should have been sitting out here.
So it's going to be a great weekend. I think most major colleges are playing home football games this weekend, I think. So good weather weekend for that. So
yeah,
late summer, early fall, get the seasons right here. Be a nice weekend for everybody.
As long as you're not talking snow, it's always a beautiful weekend.
Yeah, let's not talk about that now. At least another month or so.
Yeah, we'll get to that later on in the year.
A lot going on again this weekend. One, it's the anniversary of 9/11, 20 years. There's lots of ceremonies going on throughout the country. They're going to do the annual reading of the names at the World Trade Center site in New York, and they're going to have the tribute and light on the evening tomorrow night. There's a private observance held for family members in Shanksville, Pennsylvania. And then the Pentagon, there's going to be a ceremony Saturday morning to honor the victims there and just remember the first responders. And we want to remember, recognize, and thank all our first responders. I mean, a dangerous job, and that was a large number of the casualties there, and just even our local first responders. We want to thank them and remember all they do, and just take a moment to remember 9/11 this weekend, and that's the anniversary, 20th anniversary. Hard to believe.
I know. I still remember sitting in junior high. I was the office helper, and I had all my work done, and they didn't have any work for me. So the principal was like, "Well, you can come sit in my office and watch the news because that's all we're allowed to watch when you're here." I said, "All right, educate myself a little more, I guess, on something." And all of a sudden they broke in with it, and I went out to him and said, "You might want to come look at this." And yeah, sure enough, that's exactly what was going on.
We have Tanner Lee with us again today. Thank you, Tanner, for joining us.
Good morning.
He'll hit sports. And we have Jane Moriarty from the Fulton County United Way, the executive director, as guest today.
Good morning.
You remember what year, Jenny, remember?
Oh yes, I was
20 years ago?
a little bit older than Moose. I was in college, and I was driving into work. I was supposed to be at Spanish class and just kind of overslept that one.
First time, right?
First time. And
All the time.
Yeah, first and only time.
I heard about the first tower, and then we went into work, and I worked at a civil engineering building and brought it up, and my husband Stephen came over. Pretty much everybody kind of was congregating in the room, and we all watched the second one, and yeah, there was no words. There still is no words.
Yeah.
I was at work at a bank in Kokomo at the time, and my mom called me and said, "Have you seen what's going on?" And at first I thought, that sounds crazy. Certainly that doesn't happen. But then went downstairs and found a TV and a lot of bank employees around that. And then there was a prayer ceremony out at the flagpole at where I worked. It was kind of interesting. Unfortunately, things like that occur in our lives, so let's just remember that in our weekend thoughts and prayers this weekend.
Absolutely.
I picked up some interesting tech news
Okay.
yesterday, and I thought I might just highlight that. You know that Ray-Ban and Facebook have joined together for.
I did not.
They're selling Ray-Ban Stories sunglasses. So they look like the cool Ray-Ban, like Wayfarer, the risky business type glasses, but they have two cameras in them. And there's like a little button like on the temple that you can see that somebody's being recorded, and it automatically uploads to Facebook. Only $299.
Only.
So part of what me was thinking, that's kind of cool, that's kind of a neat thing, but then also I thought, that's kind of creepy too, because you're not sure if who's recording you or not.
Yeah, exactly. Now I'm going to be weary of everybody wearing Ray-Bans.
So they're coming out in 10 styles in case you're interested.
Okay, I'll have to follow up on those and figure out what those styles are.
Another tech talk today, Amazon announced we're doing 2 new Amazon branded TVs based on the Fire stick and the Alexa platform. You can get TV for $400 or $370. You can get it from Amazon or Best Buy. It's kind of interesting that how all those tech companies are getting into a lot of things now, and
Yeah.
I think this is all driven by their Alexa platform. So
Yes.
always curious when the TV might be smarter than me. You know.
I wonder the same thing about some of mine. Don't worry.
Trivia today. We've got
Okay.
Jenny Moriarty from Fulton County United Way. We're going to give United Way trivia for you. We might make it a little challenging today. I brought this nifty United Way hat from the Facebook Live people. I can show that up here, but it's this may be your prize if you get the question right.
All right. Well, we're gonna try hard then.
We're going to make it a little more difficult. We're not going to give you multiple choice,
Oh,
so you have to pay attention in today's show. How many local and nonprofit organizations are supported by Fulton County United Way?
okay.
If you pay close attention, you may hear that. There's a sheet right here, but you can't look at that. I'm going to turn that over.
Oh no, I won't. I won't cheat.
So sports, Tanner, do you want me to go over the sports today?
I'll come join you.
Okay, great.
Good, Tanner. We like you to actually do some work for a change.
Well, he's the man behind the scenes, so he's doing lots of things here.
Yeah, I was setting up the camera to make sure I could fit in the screen. So,
Oh, okay.
good morning. I do want to share where I was real quick.
Yes.
September 11th, 2001. I was in 4th grade.
Yeah.
I remember coming back from gym class. I was in Mrs. Linda Terrell's class, and I think this was actually after the second one happened, that she told us what was going on. Being so young, I couldn't grasp what was going on, very confused, didn't really understand it until I got home that night because we didn't watch it. They never put the news on, at least in our class, so it still took me about a week probably to understand what exactly happened, but it was something definitely that you never forget. You always remember right exactly where you were.
Yep.
So,
Thanks, Tanner.
yeah, you're welcome. I do have some sports to go over this morning. A lot of local football going on tonight. It's going to be a great night for it, it looks like.
Yes.
Rochester got their second win of the season last week over Whitco, so they're 2-1 now. They host Wabash tonight in a TRC game. Wabash is 0-2. I'm guessing pregame's at 6:30.
Pregame is at 6:30. Yes. And another interesting note about tonight's game that a lot of people don't know. It's youth night at the game tonight, so all the youth football league teams will be mentioned during halftime.
And get announced and everything
Yep.
like that. So, oh, they're great. I did not know that, and that's always fun. It's been fun to go to that in the past. So.
Yeah, it was supposed to be homecoming week, but they decided to flip it around and move it to October, so homecoming will be October 1st.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. Good to know. Thanks for that input there.
Hey, no problem.
Tippecanoe Valley's off to a great start this year. 3-0 starts.
Yes. It's going to be 4 after tonight.
Jenny's calling 4-0 after tonight. They host Manchester tonight in another TRC battle, so that should be a good one, another fun one to watch. Winnemac, off to a good start this year, 3-0. They travel to LaVille tonight, who's 2-1. That should be a good game. Pioneer and Caston meet tonight. Both teams have the same record so far at 1-2. That game is at Caston. And Culver travels on the road to West Central tonight. So
Okay.
a lot of Friday night light action going on tonight.
That's time of the year.
Good year for high school football with Rochester Valley and Winnemac off to great starts.
Absolutely.
Yes.
College football, got a lot of local teams in action tomorrow. Indiana has their home debut tomorrow as they're going to host the Idaho Vandals. Idaho's 1-0, Indiana is 0-1. They lost at Iowa last week in the season opener. We won't go into details, Todd. I won't make it.
I'm just hoping the Vandals don't steal a win.
I think you're pretty safe there. I don't think Idaho's typically very strong, so I think you're good to go there. And then Indiana will host Cincinnati next week, who is a top 10 team. That'll be a big game. But tomorrow's night's game is at 7:30, and that's on the Big Ten Network. Purdue didn't play the prettiest game, but they got a win. It's a win, right? It's they got the win over Oregon State last Saturday night. It was a huge game for them. They needed to get that win to get off to a good start. So they are 1-0. They travel now to UConn, University of Connecticut, who might be the worst Division I football team out there. They're 0-2. They lost 45-0 to Fresno State week 1. They lost 38-28 to Holy Cross last week, who's not even a Division I team. Their coach quit on Monday, so they have an interim coach and they're trying a new quarterback, so they're throwing everything at the wall this week, which might turn out well for them. You never know. Purdue is a 34-point favorite on the road tomorrow. That game's at 3 o'clock on the CBS Sports Network.
I'm not an odds maker, but that's huge. I don't even see Alabama.
I know.
by 34
You're
points.
exactly right. I was trying to think if I can't remember Purdue ever being 30-plus point favorites over anybody, because usually if they play like a Idaho, for instance, there's not a point spread like there isn't tomorrow for IU, Idaho. So 34 points on the road, that might be tough to cover, but once again, they can win by 1 point. I don't care, just don't lose.
So if you're a betting person, UConn and 34 points might be.
That might be pretty safe, because even if Purdue gets a big lead, they're going to pull their guys, and their backups are going to come in. So we'll see. That game's, like I said, 3 o'clock tomorrow, CBS Sports Network. And Notre Dame's 1-0 after an overtime win down in Tallahassee against Florida State. I know a lot of Notre Dame fans were
Yelling at the TV.
Yeah, yelling at the TV.
Was that to win or lose, Jim?
Win. I'm a boiler at heart, but it's, yeah, you know, Notre Dame's like right here.
Not for me. I mean, you can speak for yourself. They're a little lower on the table pool for me, but they host Toledo, who is 1-0 tomorrow. Notre Dame's 17-point favorites. Interesting note about this game: it's a 2:30 game, but it's on the Peacock Network. It's not on NBC tomorrow. So if you want to watch it, you have to get the free trial of Peacock or subscribe, which there's different price tiers. So interesting what they're trying to do there, because I think they'll see their subscription numbers go up quite a bit.
It's almost getting to make some sports you have to watch. It might be pay-per-view almost.
Yep, I think that's probably the direction a lot of channels are going to go in the next few years, but we'll see how it works out for them. And lastly, last night, the NFL season kicked off. We saw a game between the Dallas Cowboys and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. A really good game, I might add. Tampa Bay pulled out a last-second victory, 31-29. Father Time still hasn't got Tom Brady, it looks like, because he's as good as ever last night. 379 yards, 4 touchdowns. Dak Prescott threw for 403 yards, 3 touchdowns for the Cowboys. So it was quite the quarterback duel last night. But Tom Brady leads another last-minute game-winning drive yet again last night. So some things just don't change.
So the Cowboys probably played their best game possible and still lost.
It kind of looked like that. It was one of those games where they didn't lose, they just got beat. So
there were a couple missed field goals.
There were. Greg Zuerlein had a tough night. He's probably not on too many fantasy teams today. Got some tidbits here this morning. On this day in 1955, Gunsmoke debuted on CBS. Gunsmoke fan, Paul?
No, I've seen it, but not, wouldn't say necessarily a fan of it. I'll sit and watch it, but it's not of my favorites.
A little bit before your time, too.
Yeah.
I'm right there with you. I've seen it, but I'm not a fan, really. On this day in 1960, Mickey Mantle, legendary New York Yankee, hit a 643-foot home run over the right field roof in Detroit.
And how far have you hit a baseball?
Not that far. Fractions of that.
I remember in the days of collecting baseball cards, that was always like a fact that was on the back of the cards, like longest home run ever, Mickey Mantle.
Right, I think they still count that as the longest home run ever. I mean, that's a long one. Yeah. And back then, without the technology they have today, in the wooden bats. So, on this day, in 1984, the first syndicated episode of Jeopardy with Alex Trebek as host aired. Yeah.
So are you saying there was somebody before Alex Trebek?
Just reading what the internet tells me.
It's true then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And on this day in 1991, Nirvana released their single "Smells Like Teen Spirit."
Yes. Yeah. Song that nobody understands.
But it's a song when it starts, most people know what it is.
Oh,
so
yeah.
it's,
even if you're not a Nirvana fan, that song hits you. Oh, I know this song.
And on this day in 1997, Discovery bought the Travel Channel for $20 million.
Wow.
Seems kind of like a bargain now.
Yeah, when you hear the numbers like people buying for millions and billions,
But it seems kind of small.
pocket change almost. Just zeros.
Just zeros. And we got some national days going on today. Today's National TV Dinner Day. It's National Swap Ideas Day. And it's National Alpaca Day.
Okay.
So
Swap ideas over TV dinners about alpacas.
there you go.
That's our plan.
Yeah, you got it.
That's our plan.
You filled in the blanks.
Thanks, Tanner.
Hey, you're welcome.
Upcoming events. The Galen Smith Memorial Golf Outing will be Friday, September 24th at 11 o'clock at the Round Barn Golf Club. Teams are $300, individual players are $75. Whole sponsorships are still available. The deadline is today. Contact Eric Lee at 812-216-3466. Checks can be made out to the Northern Indiana Community Foundation. There will be a reception dinner after the golf outing at the Rochester Elks at 6:30 p.m. So, Galen Smith Golf Outing, September 24th, deadline today. Contact Eric Lee, 812-216-3466. Psi Iota Xi is presenting their Roz puppets on Thursday, September 16th next week. 2 showings of George and the Dragon will be at 1 o'clock at the Fulton County Library and 6:30 p.m. at the Rochester High School Auditorium. Gonna take those in, Moose?
I just might.
Yeah, your kids might be interested in something like that.
Yeah, Thursdays are normally busy for us, but we'll see if we can sneak it in there.
Another event coming up, First Christian Church is putting on a benefit dinner for Ken Hughes. Ken is a longtime RHS teacher and assistant football coach on Friday, October 17th from 4 to 7 p.m. prior to the Rochester Tippecanoe Valley football game coming up. That'd be an exciting game. Lots of crowds there. It'll be on the practice field. Breakfast pulled pork, chips, cookies, and a drink for $8. It'll be drive-through or carry-out only. And tickets are available at First Christian Church, any Rochester school, or at the dinner. So there's some events coming up. Money news this week. Now it's kind of had a rough downward trip this week.
Yeah.
Down 150 points yesterday. They fell yesterday for the 4th consecutive day as investors struggled basically to reconcile a still hot jobs market with soaring COVID infections. So basically the economy's confused on what's happening now, it seems like.
I think we all are.
The Labor Department did show some good news though. The open jobs hit yet another record with nearly 11 million positions unfilled.
Wow.
A lot of open jobs.
Yeah.
On a Thursday, new jobless claims set a new pandemic era low at $310,000.
Wow.
310,000 people. I mean, let me start that over. The new jobless claims set a pandemic low for 310,000, and that was kind of on the positive news, eliminating fears about the economy. So, economy, there's some good news and bad news, and let's stick with the good news, right?
Yes, we need the good news.
On Wednesday, the Federal Reserve also said that economic growth softened slightly in July and August as consumers cut spending and businesses grappled with supply chain bottlenecks. Speaking of supply chain bottlenecks, have any of you seen the story about 7,000 GMC and Chevrolet pickup trucks being parked in Kokomo at the Delco plant waiting for chips?
Yeah.
Interesting world we're in now.
Yeah.
You know? So First Federal Savings Bank, open today, 8:30 to 5, tomorrow 8:30 to noon. It's a little bit interesting trying to find us right now.
Yeah.
The construction work has started going on the eastbound lanes now, and they're right in front of the bank yesterday and today. So if you want to get to us, come up Franklin or Monroe. That's the best way to get to us. And you can go out Franklin and Monroe. And just be careful as you're driving around the construction traffic. There's lots of things going on.
Lots of things.
Also today in Winnemac, we're having our Community Appreciation Day from 11 to 2. There'll be food from Winnemac Corner Deli, paper shredding, and there'll be some bank giveaways. Also, our Mishawaka branch is having Community Appreciation Day also with tacos from the Real Food Truck. And then the Rochester Community Appreciation Day is next Friday. Hopefully the construction's moved a little bit further down by then, and
Let's hope.
you can still get to us on Franklin or Monroe Streets. I'm going to skip some of the other bank news today because we got Jenny Moriarty from the Fulton County United Way with us today. Thank you for joining us, Jenny.
Hey, no problem.
It's a big day for Fulton County United Way too, right?
Yes, we are having our kickoff, so there's just food everywhere.
Right.
Nothing wrong with that.
No, we're doing our kickoff today in front of the United Way office starting at 11. And we've got pulled pork. This time made, I kind of had a little in with my brother-in-law, Jay Craig. He owns Outlaw Smokers in Craig Welding, and he's been busy. He's kind of doing pulled pork for us. He's doing it for the football game tonight for Valley, and then he's helping out with the Schreiber Fest. So But stop by today, come, talk to us, give some information about United Way, and have a free lunch.
This is the annual campaign kickoff, and that's what that means basically is the Fulton County United Way starts fundraising for the year for the local supported agencies. And you've been executive director for many years now. What are some of your daily responsibilities?
Yeah, I've got the pleasure of doing it for 7 years now. Really, the campaign is kind of my big part of the job. Day in and day out, we get a lot of calls for assistance, and we kind of direct them to the agencies that we know can assist them in that, because we support 9 different agencies throughout our campaign. So kind of doing things like that, making sure we're getting funds out, and we also go after a lot of different grants to get funds into our community. So a lot of different things that keeps money funneling into our county.
So also, just for public disclosure, I'm the Fulton County United Way campaign chairman, so we're going to be kicking that off today. That's why it's called the kickoff, right?
Yeah, yes.
We have our sign on the Times Marquee about the kickoff, so come down for lunch from 11 to 1
Yes.
at 722 Main Street. Then also some other kickoff things happening. Thank you to Joe McCarter for an RTC TV helped us create a campaign video that we're trying to finalize. We will make that available to the public hopefully the next week or so.
Yes.
And
Yes.
what the campaign basically represents is an opportunity to raise funds for our local agencies. Some of those local agencies include CASA, Council of Aging, Fulton County Animal Shelter. Are you counting, Paul?
I already gave names earlier.
Helping Hands, Manitoba Training Center, Pack a Backpack, RSVP, the Retired and Senior Volunteer Program, Salvation Army, and United Ministries. All those do great things to meet community needs, and the goal this year is $100,000 for the campaign, and that $100,000, we raised that last year. Thank you. We're thankful for a grateful community.
Yeah.
We slightly went over that, and all those dollars come from individuals. They're not really corporate contributions, because what we ask is employers to run an employee campaign so they can get either donate an amount or pledge an amount through payroll deduction. So we know that some employers, people are pledging, $1, $2, $5 a week out of their paycheck, and we're very grateful for that. But all that adds up to $100,000, which is being distributed to our community organizations this year.
Yes. Yes.
That's what the kickoff's all about.
Yes. Yeah, and it's great when we were able to raise those funds. All those funds are able to stay in the county. We have a small fee that we have to pay for the Indiana United Way Association, but on the flip side with that, being a part of that, we were able to also bring in extra $180,000 this past year to help with COVID relief. That we were able to work with the Northern Community Foundation and Brian Johnson, and we were able to bring that to the community. So that small fee, in return, we get back more than tenfold. So the rest of the dollars stay within our county. It's the decisions of where the money goes is decided by county members. So it stays here. It stays local. We're helping local people, and in this time we're still needing funds. There's a lot of people that still need the help, whether it's with utilities, food, and the way things are going now, who knows anymore.
So there's local leadership from yourself, local board of directors, local decisions making, the money stays local.
Yep.
And this year, the $100,000 is being distributed to the local agencies. And then this year, there's a bonus coming in from the Lilly Foundation and the United Way grant that was obtained for another $180,000. So there's a lot of money brought in to the community from United Way. And we're very grateful for everybody that participates in the pledges and donation, and encourage you to consider that this year. You can even start today by stopping by and having lunch, and maybe writing a check if you want to.
Yes.
Or pick up a donation card. So you have some other events coming up soon then too.
Yeah, we have the 5K chili race happening with the chili cook-off and everything. So we kind of started off in the morning, get your blood pumping, then come across and eat some chili. So that starts October 9th. So excited for that. Excited to have the chili cook-off again this year. It didn't happen last year. So excited to have that happen again in general this year.
And people will be able to register. There'll be something posted on the Fulton County United Way Facebook page.
Yes, and there'll be a website you can post, or you can stop by the office and pick up an application, and fill out. Either or, whichever is easiest for people to do that, or just message us and we can get it mailed out to you as well.
We put a lot of pressure on Paul, but he's guaranteed good weather for that again too.
I'm gonna try.
It's easy to say October 9th, you know, that's a month away. It's going to be
Yeah,
nice day.
it's gonna be sunny and cool and
Sure.
perfect. Now
Yeah.
we'll see what happens on the 8th.
So if you're interested in a running event, I mean, you don't have to run, you can walk. There's a lot
Yes.
of walkers participate in it.
Yes.
Approximately how many participate each year?
It varies because we always hit up with the cross country regionals, but we normally are averaging about 75 to 100 runners, walkers that get out there. So it's a nice clear path. They follow the trail and go out behind Woodlawn and everything. So it's a cooler path and
It's a fast track, right?
yes, fast track.
No
Yes.
hills, right?
No hills.
So if you're interested in running, come out and help support United Way from that. There'll be information on the Fulton County United Way Facebook page and some other areas
Yes.
soon about that. So, or call the office at 223-8929.
Yes.
He can give you some information on that too. So with the campaign going on, starting today, the kickoff, what the board of directors will be doing will be reaching out to employers in the community, working with them and asking them to run an employee campaign. So it gives the employees the opportunity to donate to United Way and support the local agencies, the 9 local agencies. Now that we've given that away, I might as well just hand the hat over to
You
Paul
still have
right
to
now.
remember 9.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you know, we've still got a few minutes here. Anything can happen.
So, if you're interested in participating in the campaign this year and your employer does not run a campaign, go to the HR office and say you may be interested in that, and contact Jenny or Jenny at the United Way office, contact me at First Federal Savings Bank. We'll work with your employer to help them develop a campaign. And several companies do this in the community every year. First Federal Savings Bank will run an employee campaign. Rochester Metals,
Webb's Pharmacy.
yeah, a lot of RTC. A lot of people run campaigns. We can always use more campaigns, employers, and all those dollars add up. So if you do $5 a week on a payroll deduction or more, that turned into $100,000 this year, and that gets distributed to our local agencies. So the video should be coming out soon also. What other things about United Way should we talk about today, just to let people know about?
Well, I mean, I also want to highlight some of our agencies because besides helping us, there is a lot of volunteer opportunity to help these. I know CASA's always looking for volunteers with everything going on. So,
CASA's court appointed special.
yes, Sherry Shepard has done.
Yes.
Yes.
Sorry.
No, you're fine. Sherry Shepard's done great things there. So there's a lot of different agencies, and that's one thing I want to point out. I know some feel specific to one particular agency, let's say CASA, but when you give to one agency, it also doesn't realize that, you know, maybe that person might need a backpack or that child might need something additional that our agencies help cover, whether it's United Ministries and they help cover your utility bill, or the Helping Hands and they help with food. So by funding United Way and helping us fund that, we're helping in different areas that maybe not everyone thinks of when they say, I just want to give it to CASA. Well, that family might need more help than just one particular agency. So that's one thing we push, but we have so many wonderful agencies that we help with that. Council of Aging, when with Transpo and everything like that, it's great. We have so many agencies in our community that have so many different services.
A good example of Transpo, I think we were filming the campaign video there last week or the week before, and learned that even through COVID still now, they're giving 70 to 80 rides a day.
Yes.
And we know that one of our assistants at the United Way
Yes,
takes
Nancy.
Transpo to work every day.
Nancy
so.
uses it. And fun fact, when we were over there filming, they have volleyball set up, and they play volleyball. That is amazing. I said, I want to see this.
So be looking for our campaign video. We may show some of that on. Hope we will. Also, we have the Fulton County Animal Shelter, Helping Hands, Manitou Training Center.
Yes.
To talk a little bit about what Manitou Training Center is.
Yes, and we love Manitou Training Center. When we're hopefully able to get daycaring back in the works, they are always out there, the first ones to help, whatever we need done. So Sarah over there does great things. Just a great group to be involved with.
Then we have Pack a Backpack.
Yes.
And we've had them on the First Federal Radio program recently, and hundreds of backpacks get distributed every year.
Yes.
RSVP, Retired Senior Volunteer Program, Salvation Army United Ministries. So all those funds come together, and the United Way mission basically is to improve the quality of life in Fulton County by helping gather, then efficiently distribute the resources that our community graciously provides us. And all these agencies are very worthy. We have a local board of directors that will be recruiting dollars this year in our campaign. Then there's an allocations process that happens early next year when it's decided how much money goes to each agency. They make application and talk about what their needs are. So local people, local decisions, local leadership, and most importantly, local dollars that are coming in from individuals like all our citizens in the community. That's what gets us to the $100,000.
Yes.
So if you participate in the campaign, thank you very much. You recognize the community needs and the benefits of supporting Fulton County United Way. If you've not regularly participated, we encourage you to consider making a donation or pledge some contributions. If you'd like to have an opportunity to donate through your payroll deduction, go to your HR office and encourage them to contact Jenny at United Way at 223-8989 or me at the bank at 223-218, and we'll assist the organization with an employee campaign. That's the meat and potatoes kind of how we are successful, is just getting these individual dollars out there.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jenny, for everything you do for the
Thank you.
Fulton County United Way. It's very much appreciated. I mean, this year there's the $100,000 from the campaign being distributed, and another $180,000 from the COVID grants that were obtained from the Lilly Foundation through the help of the Community
COVID relief, yes.
Development Corporation, and then Brian Johnson. So there's a lot of dollars that flow into this community that meets our citizens' needs. So thank you for all you do. And
Thank you for all your help as well.
And we've got the annual kickoff today at 722 North Main Street
Yes,
from 11 to 1.
yes, please stop by. Pulled pork. I grabbed some Harvest Moon cookies, so there's some good food there.
I know what I'm having for lunch.
So Paul, talk about our agencies, and you probably heard the number mentioned at least 3 or 4 times.
Well, I kind of feel bad because I already knew this one,
Oh,
but it is 9.
give you credit. Thank you. Well, I'll follow through with my word. We'll give
Thank
you
you.
the hat, and
I'll be wearing that today when I come get lunch.
that's great. Thank you. We'll close today with some words of wisdom from Martha Beck, American author. Every day brings new choices.
Those are great words of wisdom. We'll
Thank
see you again next Friday.
Great. Everybody have a great weekend.